Van Show, Van Show. He's a monster on a mission to talk to lots of folks at Van Show, Van Show.
Hey everybody, it's the Van Show! Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, we are super duper stoked because today we have the one and only. We have Kate Hannigan. Say hello, Kate.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Well, we're so happy to have you. Now, Kate, I don't know if you're familiar with our show, but we like to talk to artists. And so I brought you on the show, and the first thing we want to know is we want to know where you're from.
I'm from Chicago, South Side.
Chicago,
If
Illinois?
knows the Museum of Science and Industry. Great place.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Very close to there.
We came here to talk about you, and specifically your art. So, tell us the journey, the story of how you became an artist.
The journey
That's
right. Of becoming a children's author.
Lead us on the path.
Well, I would say there are a lot of authors will talk about like what inspired them. For me, I like writing for children because I feel not very far away from the 10-year-old I was. And I think, as we grow up and we move away from those years, I think it's really important that we remember, who we were at our essence and what play felt like and what learning felt like.
Yeah.
And I used to do newspaper journalism because I'm the youngest of three, incredibly nosy. So I always was in my brother and sister's business. And so I think I was drawn to newspaper journalism because I was really nosy and wanted to be in their business, everybody's business. And so that, like a natural offshoot of that is just being interested in the human condition and like what's going on with people. So then when I had kids, I really wanted to tell stories that I wasn't seeing in the books they were bringing home. So I remember being a kid and thinking women just didn't do anything interesting, but it's just that there weren't books. When I was growing up,
Right.
It was really hard to come across books where women were doing interesting things. And I remember going away to sleepaway camp and I had to write, we had to write down in our little application for sleepaway camp, like who our inspirations were. And everybody would put like mom, their dad, or Jesus, anything. And I put Johnny Carson because I thought he was really cool. He was interesting. He got to talk to people. He was curious about people. He could make people laugh. And I thought, I want to be Johnny Carson. But then as I got older, I realized I could be other things than Johnny Carson. But
yeah, you can be better than Johnny Carson.
Yes. So just that I continued with that interest in people, interesting people, forgotten people from history. So a lot of the books that I have done look at people that history kind of forgot about. So, yeah.
I love that.
Fun. Yeah.
So now, I did a little research, and so you as a kid were a big reader, in at least with one book.
Yeah.
In particular.
Yeah.
Now that book was called The Island of the Blue Dolphin. Is that right? What was it about this book that like you wanted to read it over and over again?
So I know a lot of authors were ravenous readers. They were voracious readers. They read everything. I was a super quirky kid. I read the same book again and again and again. And I don't know if it was just a comfort. But I read Island of the Blue Dolphins and I acted it out in my backyard, which was landlocked Oklahoma. But I would pretend like the Pacific was all around me.
Yeah.
And I think I just liked the idea of having to rely on my own wits to get, to survive.
Yeah.
And I always wanted a dog. There's a dog in that book. I just loved that this kid lives on her own, scrappy. So it's exciting. In my neighborhood, I run into kids who've read my book. So I walk my dog twice a day, every day in my neighborhood. And there's a little girl in my neighborhood who came up to me and she's read one of my books, like she said, at least 10 times. And that's like so exciting because she's the same kind of nerd that I was. So I was like, a little high five to her. So.
You've inspired a little you.
Yes, a little mini me.
That's incredible. Wow, that's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, it's fun. That was fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now you brought a new book with you today.
Yes, Rachel Carson's Wonder-Filled World.
Tell us about it.
It's a picture book and it's beautiful. So for anybody who likes the beautiful genre of picture books, it's about Rachel Carson. So it's nonfiction. It's a biography of Rachel Carson. Not a total cradle to grave, but looking at her love of being outdoors.
Now this is not related to Johnny Carson.
She is not related to Johnny Carson, but that's a great connection. I like the way you made that connection.
Well, it's on my
good job.
That's how my furry brain works. Well, now, Kate, so can you tell us a little bit about her? I mean, she was a historical figure, is that right?
Yes. So this book came to me. I like being out in nature. I like hiking. I love being outdoors, just like Island of the Blue Dolphins. So I was on a hike, and I was just thinking about people who were influential that I think kids should know about. And Rachel Carson her nickname is the mother of the environmental movement. Ooh. And I think there's even adults who aren't exactly sure who she is, but she merged her love of writing and her love of being outside and in nature to go on and she wrote 3 really important books just on oceans and informing people in the late 50s, early 60s about ocean life. And she wrote it in such beautiful, beautiful language. It's like she's a poet. And then she learns about birds dying because of the overuse and misuse of pesticides. And so she wrote a book called Silent Spring that woke the world up to, it launched the modern environmental movement. Wow. And so if you like clean rivers, clean air, these things, those laws that were enacted in the 70s all came out of Rachel Carson sounding the alarm that pesticides were causing, birds to lay eggs that weren't strong enough to withstand environmental forces. And so all these, generation of birds were dying off. And so we were looking at a future without birdsong, which is why it's called Silent Spring, no birds. So I didn't want to write a book to scare kids. So it's mostly about just being out in nature, sure, engaging with all your senses in nature. And the idea just that, how can we ask kids to protect something they don't know? We have to engage them in nature in order for them to love and protect it the way Rachel Carson did. And the interesting thing with Rachel Carson is she passed away only like about 18 months after the book came out.
Oh, so when she got to see the book?
She did get to see the book. JFK was president, so Kennedy was president, and he was an outdoorsman. There's all those great pictures. He looks like a Ralph Lauren ad when he's on his boat, looking sun-kissed. He was very much an outdoorsman, loved oceans, loved being in nature, and so he was also a reader. So believe it or not, he read it, got really moved by it, and a lot of other people did too. And so there were like congressional hearings launched because of Rachel Carson's book.
Right behind you is my friend Fernie. I didn't introduce you guys at the top of the show. All right. I'd like to do it now. If you'd like to turn around, that's Fernie. Would you like to say hello, Fernie?
Hello, Fernie. Looking good.
Now, I would like to give Fernie our final question for you. So, Fernie, what do you got?
What do you got, Fernie?
Oh, right. So Fernie, he knows that you're an avid eater. Like you like you're foodie.
Yes, I am.
I mean, we're all eaters.
Yes.
But you particularly enjoy it.
I do.
And the thing that you enjoy the most apparently is pies.
Pie. Yes.
Now, Fernie would like to know your favorite pie.
All right.
You can't say all pies or like this family of pies. A specific pie.
No, I have a favorite for sure. I mean, I'm a fruit pie person. I've made a lot of apple. I've made a lot of bad pies because a friend of mine runs a pie contest on the south side of Chicago. I have entered that contest and I have not won. So I can't say I'm a good baker of pies, but I'm a good eater of pie.
There you go.
And I would say the #1 pie is blueberry.
Blueberry.
Yeah.
Heck
I love blueberry pie.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this has been a
Can
blast.
we shake hands?
Oh, yeah.
Is that all right? Great.
Bye.
That show, that show, that show, that show.